Welcome to the Deep Dive. We're your express route to getting really informed.
That's right.
Today, we're jumping into the incredibly busy world of golf, specifically that week from August 11th to 17th, 2025. You've given us your global golf reports, and our mission really is to unpack the biggest results, those surprising moments, and the key developments across all the tours.
Yep.
The idea is for you to walk away knowing what really matters, without having to wade through all the details yourself.
It was a packed week. Seriously, we had some huge wins, some really close finishes.
Yeah.
But also, like you said, stuff happening off the course, big decisions that are genuinely going to shape where golf goes next. It's quite a snapshot.
Okay, let's unpack this then. How do all these pieces, the wins, the junior golf, the tour politics, how do they actually fit together? Let's start with the headline act. The PGA Tour, BMW Championship.
Right. Caves Valley.
Scottie Scheffler. Just a masterclass performance, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Finished at 15 under, 2 shots clear. Robert MacIntyre second, Maverick McNealy third. But the big story.
Go on.
This was Scheffler's 5th win in 2025.
5th? Wow.
Yeah. And that makes him the first player since Tiger Woods back in 2006, 2007 to win at least 5 times on the PGA Tour in consecutive years.
That's genuinely rare air.
It really is. It's not just about this one tournament. It cements him as, well, the guy to beat right now.
Yeah.
Puts enormous pressure on everyone else and, maybe sets him up for a historic season like Tiger did back then.
Incredible consistency. And
Yes.
Scheffler himself talked about the mental side afterwards, didn't he? Said something like, it was a hard battle, had to stay patient and execute. And what about that 82-foot chip in on 17? He actually said he practiced that shot, just aiming to get it on the green, and, well, in it went.
Yeah. I mean, is that luck or is it just incredible practice paying off? What he said tells you a lot, right? Being prepared for those moments.
Definitely preparedness.
But it's also that mental strength. And you contrast that with Robert MacIntyre. He was pretty blunt.
He was.
That he wanted to smash his clubs because he started poorly and Scheffler was just, better on the day. That's that raw emotion you see.
That fine line between frustration and just, wow, he's good.
Exactly.
Okay, let's switch gears. LPGA Tour, the Standard Portland Classic. We saw Japan's Akie Iwai really impress.
Yeah, she did. Bogey-free 66 in the final round, finished at 24 under. That's dominant. 4 strokes clear of Gurleen Kaur.
And Iwai mentioned it being a special year for her and her twin sister. She also credited other Japanese players for inspiring her.
Right. And that points to something bigger, I think. How talent development is getting so global, especially in the women's game. The LPGA is just incredibly diverse and competitive now.
Truly a global tour.
Mm-hmm.
And Gurleen Kaur finishing second, she sounded positive, said she wanted to carry that form forward.
Absolutely. That's the mindset you need, isn't it? Focus on the next one. Don't dwell. Championship mentality.
Okay, now for some real high drama. LIV Golf in Indianapolis.
Oh, yeah, this was exciting.
Sebastián Muñoz winning in a playoff against Jon Rahm, both finished at 22 under.
Intense stuff. And beyond Muñoz winning, Torque GC, his team, set a new LIV team record. 64 under par.
64, that's staggering.
It really is. It highlights that team aspect that LIV pushes. Every single shot matters for the team score, too.
Muñoz sounded quite emotional. Felt the win was long overdue. Really proud to share it with his family. You could feel that.
Yeah, you could. And Rahm, he called it a little bittersweet.
Right. Losing the playoff obviously stings.
Sure. But he also mentioned appreciating his season title later. So he's got that broader perspective weighing the loss against the overall season success.
It makes sense. Okay, let's hop over to Europe. DP World Tour Danish Golf Championship. More excitement there.
Definitely edges your seat stuff. Marco Penge won at Vierzon Golf Club 16 under, but only by 1 stroke over Rasmus Højgaard.
And how it finished? Højgaard ties it up with an eagle on 18.
Incredible pressure moment. He drains the eagle putt, ties the lead.
And Penge steps.
And Penge answers right back with a birdie on the same hole to win his 2nd tour title. That is just clutch.
Absolutely clutch. Penge even said he didn't want to get complacent after his first win, and he actually praised Højgaard's eagle for pushing him, like recognizing the challenge made him better.
It really did. It makes you wonder, doesn't it, how much that direct, late pressure actually elevates someone's game. For Penge, clearly, it brought out his best.
That's pure competition right there. Okay, one more major tour highlight. PGA Tour champions, Rogers Charity Classic in Calgary.
Richard Green took that one. Birdie on the par 5, 18th.
Finished at 18 under with a final round 65, just 1 shot ahead of Ricardo Gonzalez.
And Green called it an unforgettable feeling.
Ah.
But what I found interesting was his insight into strategy.
Oh.
He said he shifted his focus. Instead of just thinking, I want to win, he focused on hitting a specific target number. And he said that actually calmed him down.
That's fascinating, focusing on the process, not the outcome.
Exactly. A great mental tip, really, for any high-pressure situation, not just golf.
Such a relatable idea, breaking down the big goal. Okay, so incredible individual stories from the main tours, but the action didn't stop there, did it? Let's quickly span some other results globally.
Yeah, definitely. Lots happening. David Law won the Challenge Tour's Virmeki Finish Challenge, 17 under.
Okay.
Then on the Japan Golf Tour, Kazuki Higa won the ISPS Handia Explosion in the summer. That was a dramatic playoff 2 eagle on the second extra hole.
Wow, another playoff eagle.
Yeah. Sunshine Tour, Herman Lobser won the Vodacom Origins of Golf with a birdie in a playoff.
Lots of playoffs this week.
Seems like it. And down under, PGA Tour of Australasia, PNG Open, Corey Crawford won that with a bogey-free 65 in the final round.
Solid finish.
Oh, and just a quick clarification for you. There was a report mentioning the Asian Tour's International Series, Japan, but that event actually happened back in May 2025, so not this specific week we're covering.
Gotcha. Good clarification, thanks. So, a truly global game. And while the pros were battling, the next generation was making waves too, junior and amateur golf.
Right. We saw the Kazakhstan Junior Open winners, Mahad Khan for the boys, Sarah Amin Khan for the girls.
Great to see.
And a really big one, the U.S. Amateur Championship. Mason Howell, who was the 63rd seed.
63rd.
Yeah, pulled off a huge win, 7-6, against Jackson Harrington in the final. It's pretty rare for a seed that high to go all the way. Really shows you the unpredictable nature of match play.
Howell must have been over the moon.
Totally. Called it unbelievable, seeing his name next to legends like Tiger Woods on that trophy. A dream come true for a young player.
For sure. And Harrington.
He was pretty honest. Admitted he played terribly in the final, but still took positives from the week. That kind of perspective, learning from defeat, that's vital for moving up.
Absolutely. Okay, so tons of action on the course. But like you said at the start, this week also had some really significant off-course developments, boardroom stuff.
Indeed. Let's talk sponsorships first. Grass & Co. They're the new title sponsor for the English Legends events on the Legends Tour.
Okay. And they talked about shared values, right?
Yeah.
Well-being, focus, longevity.
Exactly. They make Dinotric drinks aimed at helping golfers with mental clarity, resilience.
Yeah.
You know, that focus on holistic support, not just a physical side, seems to be a growing trend.
Definitely seeing more of that.
And speaking of bigger trends, the official World Golf Ranking, OWGR, that was a big topic.
Ah, yes. What's the news there?
OWGR confirmed that LIV Golf officially submitted their application for world ranking points back on June 30th, 2025.
Okay, so the application is formally in. That's significant.
Hugely significant. If LIV gets OWGR points, it fundamentally changes things for their players, opens up paths back to the majors, potentially shifts the competitive balance across all tours. It's not just paperwork.
And the OWGR chairman, Trevor Immelman, he promised a fair review, right? Unpolitical.
That's the promise. And Scott O'Neill, Livy's CEO, he expressed hope it would all be sorted out by the time the 2026 major season rolls around.
So the clock is ticking, potentially. What do you think? How fast could this happen, and what does it really mean for a player deciding where to play?
Well, predicting the timeline is tough, but the pressure is definitely on. For players, it's massive. Right now, without OWGR points, it's hard for Livy guys to stay qualified for majors, which are still, the pinnacle. Getting points would instantly make Livy a more attractive long-term option for top players. Could really heat up the competition between the tours for talent.
Right. And related to that competition, the PGA Tour and PIF negotiations, that's still rumbling on.
Still rumbling. And this week, news broke that the PGA Tour rejected a pretty hefty offer, like $1.5 billion from the Saudi Public Investment Fund, an offer that apparently would have left LIV Golf operating as is.
Rejected $1.5 billion. Wow. And Rory McIlroy weighed in?
He did. Often does. Said a merger doesn't feel closer to him, and he seemed pretty confident that the PGA Tour is strong enough on its own, deal or no deal.
That's a strong statement. Suggests maybe the PGA Tour feels they have more leverage now.
It certainly could reflect that view, yeah. That maybe they don't need the deal as much as perhaps PIF does. It shifts the dynamic.
So bringing this all together, what does it mean for you, the fan, watching all this unfold? And, well, for the future of pro golf itself?
It means, really, that you have to watch both sides of the coin. The shots being hit on the course, obviously. But these off-course decisions, the talks, the money, the fight for ranking points, they are just as critical. They're shaping the entire structure of the sport we watch. Who plays where, how much they play for, what kind of legacy they can build. It all ties back to this stuff.
It really was an incredible week when you lay it all out. Record-breaking golf, nail-biting finishes everywhere, and then these huge structural decisions happening behind the scenes. Hopefully you feel like you've got a much clearer picture now connecting those dots.
Yeah, knowing these details definitely gives you a richer perspective, doesn't it? You appreciate the shots, sure, but you also understand the currents underneath, shaping where the game is heading.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Building on that idea of mental strength, strategy, and all these shifting tour dynamics. Considering the variety of winners we saw this week across all these different tours and the ongoing negotiations, plus this growing focus on mental clarity, like with the Grass & Co. sponsorship. What do you predict might be the single biggest shift in pro golf that fans will actually notice in the next year? And maybe more importantly, how do you see these different tours ultimately coming together? Or maybe drifting further apart?